that was. Neverwhite picks up the kill on the brick. Lunex, they do cap 98%, and Team Liquid still have space here. Lunex need to win this fight. They need to get these additional kills, or at least force them out. Override Protocol's going to get popped to try and get the exit kills, but Team Liquid are already long gone.
Really hoping to land some kind of pick here. Liquid, they're playing so slow and patient, right? They're not feeling the need to win a team fight immediately. Instead, they spent most of that time just hunting for picks, whether it was onto X10 or someone else. And you can see once more, going for these kind of rotations. They just want to find one individual target. You can secure a 5 versus 4 situation. But that should be the go factor that sets you up to cap out this map.
So hard though, I mean, Z does not have that override. Nice barrage though from Zombo, it's already killed Vega. Barrage for Zera though, I'm going to be a little scared if I'm Lunex right now. They're moving in with the orbital ray. The barrage through the window of all things. That long range too, to snipe the brick, able to get that kill, nice assist. And now it's just going to descend into chaos. Zera's already behind them. This point is in dire straits as X10's picked off on Team Liquid side Mega Health Pack. There's going to be an orbital ray from Z as they push themselves onto the point, but she's already dead. A Terror Surge is going to set Zera up with some kills, looking at the sky there, hoping to snipe out someone that's coming through the windows, but that is Team Liquid all day. A 2-0 on Lijiang Tower to start off the series.
Yeah, incredibly dominant. I mean, that's night and day from what we saw last week as well, where Team Liquid, they won an Oasis that time, but they kind of let Lunex into that Oasis a little bit, and it looks slightly even. This one, all dominant from Team Liquid. Infected, 24 and 2 on the Orisa, 3-0. Looking up that full damage too.
Yeah, it's going to result staying on 15 and 1 on Juno. Love to see that. Yeah.
Big chillin'.
Big chillin', actually. I mean, going back to what you said before, I think the trace there was perfect. Oh, that's the boot from that far. Oh, that's tragic.
It was kind of ironic as well, because I think Seth got Javelin and then counter straight to the other side of the bridge.
Mr. Game & Watch, Marco.
To the opposite direction, so just too many boops going on. Too much to handle.
A lot of CC. Yeah, I'll kind of finish what I was saying a minute ago. Like, hey, that trace man's really good here. You know, Zomba, the other hero Zomba's been flexing on is the Vendetta. And then Zera's like, okay, well, we're going to play Orisa here too. We're going to play Farah. So it nullifies that pick almost, like, straight up. It's so hard to get into the fight as the Vendetta against those two without taking, like, a million snaps. You want, like, off angle. You want to find, like, ways to get on the brig, ways to get on the Juno. But it's just so hard when Farah just has an eagle-eye view of the whole battlefield and the whole fight, and you just, honestly, to put it lightly, kind of screwed.
Right. And we saw it from Team Liquid last week as well, but instead of banning Tracer on Lijiang Tower, they banned the Tracer on Runasapi instead. And we've seen it several times this stage where you ban the Tracer on Runasapi, you roll out with the Farah because you know the enemy team is likely to play the Vendetta, right? So it was the same kind of compositional matchup. But before this week, going into the playoffs, Team Liquid, they just figured out, well, we're probably going to get more value than playing this on Lijiang Tower instead of a map like Runasapi. So a nice adjustments from Team Liquid strategically.
Yeah, make sure you hit up all the socials as well, not only like the Twitch and the YouTube, but also Instagram, TikTok, everywhere that there is a social media platform, which to be fair at this point in time, there's about 3 million of them. So yeah, make sure you hit us with a follow. Catch some highlights and some extra behind the scenes content as well on like Instagram and TikTok. It's always good to keep the reels once every now and then. So look what the next map is going to be. Havana, picked by Lunex.
Ooh, this is interesting. I wonder if a little bit of this is just we want to avoid Gibraltar. Because, I mean, Team Liquid, they took down SSG yesterday on Gibraltar, which I guess was a little bit of their nemesis on that map. And so Team Liquid are feeling real good about themselves, and maybe Lunex respecting that potential map choice from Team Liquid as well. So moving over to Havana instead, way more of a linear kind of horizontal map compared to Gibraltar. So maybe they feel like this is, if we're going to win this series, if we're going to win 3 maps, you know, removing Gibraltar and going to a different escort map might be part of that recipe.
I'm really liking Havana recently too. You see in EMEA they were playing Little Widowmaker, Quartz rocking the Widow on defense.
Oh, we're so back.
Respect. We're so back. Sigma ban for Lunex, Lucio ban for Team Liquid, slowing this right down. Judo Brick.
Yeah, I think we've seen Liquid play the Sigma hero on Havana before. Infected, obviously very capable of playing that hero. Although I think Kulush got some play on Havana too. So Lunix respecting that potential Sigma pick here as well, and maybe forcing a bit more of a brawl-heavy matchup. I think both of these tanks, they are brawl-oriented. You know, they want to play the Orisa. Seb's even flicks over to some of the Zarya, right? And the Infected likes the Ramadra. So you want to make sure you don't get into this poke-heavy matchup against a team like Team Liquid because of what Escador and Vega are capable of. You do want to play a pretty normal Overwatch, so to speak. Normal Overwatch, I just realized, was a terrible way to phrase it. but they just want to play push-pull, bro, as much as they can.
I was going to say, what does normal Overwatch look like in your head?
Lucio Kiri, push-pull. That's normal Overwatch.
Lucio Kiri, push-pull.
If you start taking angles and playing double flex, I'm like, whoa, you're a little crazy.
Whoa, they're a little wacky, guys. They're not playing Lucio after 20 years of Overwatch existing. Almost 10 years, actually. Isn't it the anniversary this year for Overwatch? 10 years?
Yeah.
Dude, Lucio's been about, man. Yeah, 2016, so yeah. Lucio still hanging out. Who's surprised? When you can speed boost people and have a giant speed aura around you, pretty epic.
Okay, but who doesn't love Lucio? Like,
no,
Lucio's been my go-to
saying,
hero playing ranked. I'm just a Lucio player now. It's great. I'm retired. I'm a monk.
I'm not saying Lucio's a bad thing, man. As long as I don't have to play the Lucio, I think.
No, but some people do. They're like, oh, Lucio's been in the meta for too long. It's just like, well, have you seen the metas without Lucio? You don't want those metas.
My
you
mind.
Want a little bit of a mix-up. You don't want permanent no Lucio in the mix.
5 people in the chat are going to get this screenshot in their head. Not Horizon. Watchparty Gibraltar. Second point. Double shield meta. San Francisco shock. On top of the spaceship. 2 barriers in front of the bastion. That is what a non-Lucio meta looks like in an 8 frame.
5 people.
I'll tell you that right now.
5 people. I think that's really dismissive of the Overwatch.
Yeah, maybe not 5, but there's probably a lot more people in chat, yeah.
Like, I'd say at least 4,000 people.
At least 4K.
People watching.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. But don't look up that image. It's under r/horror on Reddit.
It wasn't that bad, bro. It was good times.
It wasn't that bad. Do you not remember the double shield?
The tower screenshots haunt me more with the Symmetra and everything. Yeah, that was what. Double shields.
Yeah. To be honest with you, with recent memory, double sim, double Mauga, cage, wall. That is more horrific than double shield will ever be. I'm going to be honest. Anyway, we're getting.
I love Lucio Kiri. Lucio Kiri is my favorite.
Johnny, we're seeing Widowmaker. And we're seeing what is this? A Domina for Infected.
Okay, so I mean, we saw a little bit of Domina from Infected in the preseason boot camp. That time, I do think it was on Runasapi. Oh no, Esperanza.
I found you on YT.
And so on a Havana,
Nice.
I don't think we've seen this hero yet. So curious to see what Infected is cooking.
I was gonna say, all of my tags should be like right down here.
It's like purely a poke hero in that sense, but it is an alternative if you want to play this Widowmaker Ilaricon.
Dude, kind of fire. Also, Tree on the Widow. Now this is a good day. Yeah, Seb's gonna have a bit of an easier time walking up here. As long as there's support from this high ground, which Zomba is trying to obtain right now, but it's honestly just too good of a defense. X10 takes down Tree though, that's a fantastic start. A lot less worry for the supports now peeking their heads out. But Zera still manages to get the kill on Z. Mini health pack stolen? No, not quite. Zomba lays down the lore.
Welcome, Samson.
And I actually think X10 over this Sojourn is going to be an underrated, important player here, because she will obviously have the disruptor work to help destroy the shield from Infected, but also be able to generate these railgun shots rather quickly to try and open up these fights like she did just there.
Oh. Trium is landing a nice little flicker. Nice little boop away there with the Thunder Pulses. Infected pushing Zeb straight into Vega and actually getting the assist. It felt like there onto the support. And unfortunately your backline's very weak right now. 1 HP is Escador and someone with a recall. It's kind of running around this Domina, Johnny. It's not looking pretty for Infected. That's going to be a first point cap from Lunix in good time.
Yeah, but you're coming up with that ultimate and you probably feel like you have to dispose of it before you make any potential swap. But I do agree with you that Domina worked better in theory than it has in execution so far on that first point. And probably better off just mirroring this Orisa, especially given what Infected is capable of. But Team Liquid here, coming up on these ultimates, they're crucial to be able to match what Lunix got coming.
Yeah, it's really switching off Widow, no shock there. Yeah, Panop's one is ready. Good pulse, Infected is so low. Puts the shield up, but those shield little barriers are falling fast. And Infected is so low, needs help. Luckily, it is back up there. Terror Surge kills Vega, however, who's taking the off angle like you should have the Alari, but as you're alone, getting dragged in, not good. And Team Liquid very much on the back foot. As Zeb is just walking at the front line. As Team Liquid, they're getting routed right now. Lunex are running over them with Zeb practically being immortal.
Yeah, I mean, you don't really have any kind of proactive play for this Domina, right? He's pretty good at just holding position and landing some of these shots. Go see that wrecking balls off here from Infected as Team Liquid are crumbling. And during that time, Jaws, this payload was just moving forward. Now, Team Liquid in a pretty tricky position here to re-engage. They have the Kitsune Rush, but Lunex has so many ultimates.
Okay, there it is. No wrecking balls. Just a quick change over to the Orisa. Captive Sun, got a dodge though. Extends. Lobbing right clicks down again. Oh, they hit the wall. That is not good. Extendo in a lot of trouble. But it's all good. I mean, Lunex, the rest of them are going to be able to clean up here. Only Team Liquid Steve, yes, surviving. Now only Zera on the point. This is good timing from Lunex. 4.5 minutes, a team kill. As Team Liquid struggling with ideas now as they change their backline up to Escanor over to Juno, Vega to Kiri.
Yeah, Team Liquid just hasn't found their groove so far on this Havana, and now trying to make a final stand on the third point. But again, like, because you swap your backline up, obviously, you use your support ultimates. Now you don't have any of those available for you, and meanwhile, Nenwai has this orbital ray. And if Lunex can win this next fight and get some kind of position on the bridge here, they're looking really good to close out the map. Oh.
Over. Smooth with it. I can feel it in Zomba's bones right now. He wants to go for a pulse on that enemy tracer. Nice damage though onto Seb. There's the override. See, ends up getting taken alone. That's Suzu go off to my left hand side, and just going to be a little bit of damage. There's the kill onto Zomba, so they managed to isolate the tracer long enough to force recall and get the kill on the tracer, so they can hold it a little bit farther forward now.
Yeah, it looked like Tree was a little trigger happy with that override, just acknowledging that, hey, we really need to buy some time here for our support players to maybe build some of those ultimates. Couldn't secure the frag. Relatively easy disengage from Lunex because the override was caught so early. So Lunex with some patient plays. They're coming up on another 5 ultimates. Zomba, forced. Can't get caught here.
Yeah, it does end up getting away though. Zera holding down this flank. I love this play from Vega and Zera right now.
Okay, I'm gonna go offline and pop back up here in just a sec because there's a couple settings that I can change that's apparently gonna help a lot with my lag.
1 second, y'all.